Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again. I am Yohnee Moode and this is a Yohnee Moode Moment. Alright, getting right into it. Today's video is going to be, first of all, let me say this. I'm going to be using some notes today because, well, I kind of use note cards, but today I'm actually going to use notes. Alright, so and usually, I try to edit out the pauses and stuff like that. But for this video, I'm not going to do that. And the reason why is because it's a lot of information and I'm sure I'm going to have to look down at my paper many times. And so that's too much editing on the back end. So I'm not going to do that. So you're going to see some in-between stuff, okay? Alright, so getting into it. This particular video is called My All-Time Top 10 Favorite Bands. Yes, bands. And they're not particular to any genre. It'll be a mixture of genres. So here we go. Alright, number 1 is the band called Commissioned. Yes, with an ED on the end. Commissioned. This band, let me tell y'all, this band gave me life in the 90s. It really did. 80s, 90s, late 80s, 90s, I think, something like that. Man, I'm telling you, they engineered and introduced a different type of gospel music or Christian music. It was, it kind of, this is in my opinion, and this is not going to be, a necessarily historically accurate account of how they came on the scene. This is going to be an account based on my perception and my knowledge and my life, okay? So for me, Commission ushered in a different type of Christian music. They ushered in a different type of sound. Because typically, before that, it was choirs. Lots of choirs were popular in gospel music. And also solo acts have always been popular. But they were an actual band that kind of reminded me of some of the secular bands that I loved. And some of those bands are actually on this list, okay? But Commission did it while talking about a gospel message, which was amazing for my life as a young Christian and growing up and loving music and wanting to find music that was positive and that would actually help me grow in my relationship with God. So Commissioned, yes. The members of Commissioned were, the illustrious Fred Hammond, but also Mitchell Jones had the sweetest, most silky, wonderful voice. I think his was probably my favorite voice in the group. Yes, Mitchell. Yes, Mitchell Jones. Keith Staton, powerful vocal. Carl Reed, usually, he and Mitchell both did high notes, but Carl Reed also had the nice, smooth, high, sweet parts. And then later on, Marvin Sapp, that powerhouse vocal, came along and joined the group. But yes, Commissioned. And my top favorite songs by Commissioned were Running Back to You, When Jesus Sings, and Find Myself in You. Y'all, go find some commissioned music, please, and listen to When Jesus Sings and Find Myself in You. And there's so many more. It was hard. The reason why I had to look at this list is because it was really hard, one, to narrow down the list of bands. And by the way, although I assigned them in order, they're not in any particular order of preference, okay? The numbers are just for organization. And then it was also hard to narrow down the favorite songs because all these bands had so many songs that I loved. So anyway, number 1, commissioned. All right, band number 2 was the Gap Band. Uncle Charlie. Yes, the Gap Band. And my favorite songs by the Gap Band were Early in the Morning, Drop the Bomb, and Yearning for Your Love. And those are probably their most popular songs. But the most popular ones are the ones that actually attracted me to these bands. So, all right, number 3, the SOS Band. Yes. I love the SOS bands because they always had funky bass lines, really nice, prominent bass lines, which is probably the common thread in all of these bands. Well, in most of these bands is that they had great drums and a wonderful bass line. All right, so for the SOS Band, my top songs were Just Be Good to Me and Take Your Time, Do It Right. Yes, moving on. Number 4 would be McFadden In Whitehead. I know. Some of you may be like, who in the world are these people she was talking about? These are 80s bands, okay? But they're still like the best, okay? They have held their own through time, which is the goal in music, longevity. All right, so my favorite song by McFadden In Whitehead, of course, is Ain't No Stopping Us Now. We're on the move. My kids are probably cringing right now. All right, so number 5. Number 5 would be, and so now I have to look at my list because it's all scratched up. Number 5 would be a group called the Deele. And out of the Deele came this pretty phenomenal singer-songwriter named Babyface. Yes, the Babyface. He came from a group called the Deele. And so they are favorite band number 5 on my list. And my 2 favorite songs from them would be, actually, 2 favorite songs would be Sweet November and Two Occasions. Yes. I only think of you on 2 occasions. That's day and night. I'd go for broke if I could be with you. Only you can make it right. Yes. Two Occasions. Yes. Beautiful song. If you don't already know it, check it out. All right. And then Sweet November, like I said, man, Sweet November is one of those songs that if it catches you in the right mood, it will have you crying. That's how beautiful it is. Oh man, I'm trying to see if I can remember and see. It's hard for me to remember lyrics because, anyway, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, and so I have like millions of lyrics in my head, and at any time they can get all mixed up together, and I'll be mixing 2 songs together. So Sweet November is it was a lane of autumn. We shared our feelings, and it was such a glorious autumn day. Yes, it was. Oh, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Y'all find that song so that they can sing it for you, because I'm having a little trouble remembering the words. But anyway, I remember how the song made me feel. That is what is important. Amen. All right. Number 6 on my top favorite bands list is Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Man. My favorite songs from them: Let's Groove Tonight. Let's groove tonight and share the spice of life. See, I used to know all the words. All right. And then my second favorite song by them is September. Y'all know September. Hold on. Oh goodness, now I have Let's Groove Tonight in my head. September. Ooh, y'all, I can't remember. September. All right, I'm gonna have to make an edit right here because I have to remember this song. Oh, do you remember? No, I don't remember. Do you remember? Can't remember. The night away. Yeah. Saturday, I remember. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Do you remember? I don't remember. Night away. Saturday, I remember. In September. Something like that. Again, my kids are probably cringing. Yes. September, yes. Their instrumentation, I mean, all these bands had fantastic showmanship, instrumentation. I can't get into the depth of all of that because this video will be an hour long. All right, moving on. All right. Number 7, top favorite bands for me of all time. Bon Jovi. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Bon Jovi. Of course, John Bon Jovi. Such a cutie. But my favorite songs by Bon Jovi, of course, were probably the most popular ones. Living on a Prayer, You Give Love a Bad Name, and Wanted Dead or Alive, of course. Yeah. But they were hardcore, man. I mean, you know what? They were melodic and hard at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. I think they were a good mix of, soft, because of the topics that they talked about, love and, you know what I mean, and persevering and motivation and stuff like that. But then, it was accompanied by, some really hard, tough music, and so it was a good mix, and so men and women both could equally enjoy who they were. All right, moving on. Number 8 on my top 10 list of, well, it's not 10 actually, it's more than 10. My top list of favorite bands would be DeBarge. Mm-hmm. DeBarge. DeBarge, Bunny. I don't know if Chico was in the group at that time or not. I can't remember. But anyway, DeBarge. Yes. I remember when they first came out. I think was that in middle school? Anyway, I don't need to date myself. Anyway, yes. My favorite songs. I Like It. Time Will Reveal. A Dream. Yes, they were amazing. Wonderful voices. Beautiful songs. Ooh, and I like it. You send chills up my spine. Yep, never mind. I'm gonna leave that to L. All right, number 8. Sorry, they were number 8. Were they number 7 or 8? I don't know what I said. Y'all, hold on, let me see. No, number 7 was Bon Jovi. Number 8 was DeBarge. I think I said that. If I didn't, number 8 was DeBarge. So now, moving on to number 9. Number 9 would be Huey Lewis and the News. Huey Lewis and the News. Love me some Huey Lewis. Didn't really know much about the News, but Huey Lewis in the News. And the News was the name of the group. So, loved their music. My favorites were Power of Love, Do You Believe in Love, If This Is It. Love Cruisin', which was a duet between Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah. I think it was in the movie Country Strong. I think so. Or maybe not. I don't know, but it was a duet that she did with Huey Lewis called Cruisin', and it was beautiful. Her voice actually was beautiful, and the song was a great song. So yes, Huey Lewis and the News. All right. Number 10 on my list. Number 10. Again, these are not in order of preference. The numbers are just for organization. Number 10 on this list would be Prince and the Revolution. Rest in peace, sir. Yeah. So, quick story. Growing up, when I was in my parents' house, I wasn't allowed to listen to Prince. Because, you know, Prince had a lot of songs that were rated R and M for mature. Yeah. So yeah, my parents, I was raised in a Christian home. Christian home don't mean perfect. Christian home means striving. Yeah, amen. And yeah, I couldn't listen to that kind of music. They were like, what is he talking about? What is he wearing? What's that makeup on his face? Oh my goodness. It was so funny. Anyway, but I found a way later as I got older and I was allowed to make my own decisions. Anyway, Prince and the Revolution. My favorite songs were Purple Rain, yes. When Doves Cry, and The Beautiful Ones. Yeah. You know what? Prince songs could also catch you off guard. Before you know it, depending on what mood you were in, you'd be crying. Yeah. Especially on that, that last part of Purple Rain. You can really feel it, especially if you saw the movie. Whew. All that stuff going on together in your head, you be, yeah, you could be. When Doves Cry, of course, is just funky. And then The Beautiful Ones, the beautiful ones. Oh, they hurt you that could have you crying. I know, I'm sorry. My question was, then why do y'all keep going for the beautiful ones if they hurt you every time? Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. All right, those are my 10 favorite bands, okay? But I had to leave room for some honorable mentions, okay? Because I also love these people. But they didn't make it inside of the top 10, you know, because I like even numbers. I didn't want to go to 12. So I kept it at 10 and just said, you know what, I'll add some honorable mentions. All right, so the first honorable mention actually would be the Doobie Brothers. Truthfully, it's probably more Michael McDonald. But since it's called Bands and he came from the Doobie Brothers, I'll say the Doobie Brothers. And my favorite song by Michael McDonald was I Keep Forgetting We're Not in Love Anymore. Trying to see if I can sing it like him. Keep forgetting, never be the same again. I keep forgetting, not in love anymore. I keep forgetting, never be the same again. Yeah. And you know what? When you listen to that song, you will probably notice a similarity between a particular hip-hop song that used a sample, or I guess the whole melody from that particular song. I think it's a rap song, Warren G, I think. Yeah. Yeah, West Coast rap, Warren G. Anyway. Go look it up. All right. Honorable mention number 2 is Genesis. Yeah. Which truthfully is probably Phil Collins. Yeah. But he came from a band called Genesis. So I'm including it in the list. Yeah. Phil Collins. Ridiculous musician. My favorite songs, In the Air Tonight, Against All Odds. Yeah. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And then of course, man, when those drums come in. Yeah, anyway. In the Air Tonight. And Against All Odds. Another tearjerker. Yeah, especially if you watch the video, see the movie. I can't remember the name of the movie that it was in, but yeah. Yeah, anyway. All right, and then honorable mention number 3. Honorable mention number 3 was Heart. Yes, Heart. The band Heart. Their favorite song of mine was Alone. Or my favorite song of theirs was Alone. Yeah. Till now, I always got by on my own. I never really cared until I met you. Yeah. And now it chills me to the bone. Every time that song comes on anywhere, yeah, I'm in full rocker mode. How do I get you alone? And actually, my daughters and I have like a really cool 3-part harmony that we do to the chorus on this song. Maybe one day we will do a video and we'll actually do that harmony for you. All right. And 2 other songs by them that I liked. Well, 3 actually. Will You Be There, Black on Black 2, and I Didn't Want to Need You. Just a few favorite songs of theirs that I like. Heart. Heart, honorable mention number 3. And that's it. That'll wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below, what are your top favorite bands, favorite songs that they sing. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Other than that, you know, subscribe below if you haven't already done so. Turn on notifications so you know when my next video is coming out. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.